Hello my scrappy friends, and a big welcome to my YouTube channel today. Today's share is for Cut to You, and it is for the 25 days of Christmas fast, fun and festive scrapbook ideas. I'm using the Poinsettia Wreath cut file with this photo of myself and my little brother with Santa from 1985. Yes, 1985. I was 5 years old. And I would like to point out right now that I am actually wearing rainbow thongs. So my rainbow loving days started many, many years ago. Anyway, I decided to use the Simple Stories Vintage North Pole collection for this. I thought it worked very well, you know, the whole idea of vintage with this photo of myself and my brother. I'm working on a sheet of Tutu Pink basil cardstock. And you can see I have backed my cut file. I just cut that in textured white cardstock, and I've backed it using the 6x8 paper pad from that Simple Stories collection. I do want this centered, so I've grabbed my compass and I've drawn a circle all the way around where I want that wreath to sit. Nice and easy. I just mark the center of my layout. I'm going to lay this down, make sure I'm happy with the placement, and then pop my photo on top, make sure I really am happy with the placement, work out if I want my photo on top or underneath. And you can see I'm just playing with the idea here. Pop that in the middle and then pop those two cut files on top. I'm like, nope, I want the photo on top, so that's what I'm going to go with. You might have seen before, and I'm doing it again now, I'm just trimming out a couple of the little bits of extra pattern paper behind my cut file there, just to neaten it up a bit. Now, surely every Christmas page cannot be complete without some sort of gold, right? I'm using Minor 49er by Shimmers and my little fan brush here, and I'm just adding splatters. Obviously, they are not going to be only in that circle, but I'm just kind of sticking to that circle I've got there, and I'm just splattering away. I love just the little bit of mixed media this adds to the page, a little bit of interest to my background. And then I'm going to pop this aside to dry. I do like the dimension that I get when I just leave my splatters to air dry. Continuing on with the gold, I'm adding some gold tissue paper behind my photo, and then I'm going to add a couple of layers behind my photo as well, just for a bit of interest. So it's the 10th of December. How are you going with this crazy time of year upon us already? 10 days into December. Are you doing a December daily? Are you, for lack of a better term, keeping up? I use that term very, very loosely, because keeping up is whatever you feel happy and comfortable doing. Yes, so as I record my process video, I have got as far as printing photos for day 1 to 7 and trimming them down. They're in my album, and that's as far as I've got so far, and I am okay with that. But yeah, so I'm just working on the layers around my photo. I did start by trying to work out what I was going to do for my title, and I couldn't settle on anything, so I thought, you know what, I'll just do some other things. So I'm going to add some foam behind my photo here, and then I'm going to go back into the 6x8 paper pad. I really like the idea of having that that aquary bluey colour to bring that into around the photo as well. So I'm going to use this from the 6x8 papers and just cut that down. For some reason I am cutting everything straight at the moment. I don't know why. Just go through stages. I do like that that light blue on there. I think it works really well. And then I'm going to add a layer of this red behind. For me, red is my, I guess my Christmas color, like real Santa red. I love it. Lots of people shy away from it in scrapbooking, especially with mixed media. But I do. I love red, especially as an accent to make things pop. Okay, so I'm just sticking all this down. This layout ends up being fairly clean. I don't know if you've seen me do this before. I do it a lot. Just kind of curling up all the corners just for a little bit of extra texture and a little bit of interest. This is from one of the 12 by 12 sticker sheets. I've just added some foam behind it, and I'm going to stick that to the top of my photo. Just brings that blue in. I love these. This is a flat sticker, but they have that layered look to them. Okay, so my gold splatters are mostly dry. They're not 100% dry, I'll be honest. And that's why I'm very tentatively erasing some of those pencil lines. I end up placing my cut files over the top and then erasing where you can see the pencil lines around them. I hope that makes sense. And then sticking my cut file down. I'm not worried at all about that cross in the middle, because I know I'm going to cover that up. And you can see, so I'm just lifting that up, trimming it down. I wanted to add something behind here. And you can see I'm trying all the different patterns. I'm like, oh, I think I like that one. By this stage, in my mind, I had pretty much already decided, but I had to double check all of them, right? Those other greens were not the right color at all. I didn't mind that black and white stripe, but I do end up going with this green. I feel like it just makes everything else pop. I do love the red as well, but I did choose the green. I'm pretty sure too that I have distressed, if I haven't yet, I'm going to distress the edges of that pink cardstock. Again, just for a bit of interest. But of course, I am going to trim this down and take out the center of this paper. This one is called, I think, Cool Yule. So yeah, I'm just taking out the center of that. Some collections I'm less fussed about doing that with. Some papers, depends what I have, how much I have of it. So I'm just going to add my adhesive, and then I'm going to use my little distressing tool to distress the edges and stick it all down. I start to stick it and then I'm like, oh, hang on. So I think I've distressed the edges. It looks like I have. Just lining that up. I've also added some gold stitching around the edge here. I'm going to give you a bit of a close-up. So I've added some gold stitching around the pink cardstock and also around my photo. I've added in my title there. Those alphas are from Pink Paisley, Indigo and Ivy collection. So I'm just going to straighten those up. And then I'm going to take that off to the side and stitch through it. And that is a lot of my page already put together with those cut files in the background. It just makes it super easy. There's not a lot of places that, if you're gonna use this cut file the way that it was intended as a wreath like this, there's not a lot of places that you can put that photo once you place that. So yeah, once I got that far, my page came together pretty easily once I decided what I was going to do. This is the die cut. I was like, when else am I going to use Santa boots? They're just so cute. I've got a little envelope from the stickers on the right hand side of that with 85 that I've used those pink paisley alpha stickers for. Adding some dimension to a few different pieces, gluing everything down. Trying not to add so much glue that it squirts out everywhere. I'm using my candle a lot to weigh things down so they stick, which works very well. That sticker down the bottom says let's sparkle. I'm going to add in these two little tickets up the top. Sorry for my head. My rainbow hair. It's almost all washed out now, but I'm getting it done again. Just adding the last few little bits and pieces here. Adding some dimension. I'm really happy with how that is looking. I really wanted to use some of this chipboard and I just really struggled to get any of it in. So I pull out these little holly leaves. I'm like, that's exactly the same as what's on this die cut. Let me see. So I'll leave that there. I like that it just gives a bit of a different texture. It has it like more of a shiny finish. And I do only use this one chipboard piece, and I realised right at the last minute that I can chop off this little piece here and use that on a different layout. Easy enough to tuck it in somewhere. But yeah, that one there just gives a little bit of extra interest. I did try to get that piece on somewhere else. I was like, nope. I think I add some gold splatters. Or maybe I don't. Making sure all my bits are glued down. And I think actually calling it done. Yes. So, make sure you stop by the blog. You definitely 200,000,000% want to stop by the blog every day for 25 days. Yeah? Yeah. Lots of really cool things happening. Hope you've enjoyed my share for today. I hope you've enjoyed my inspiration using the Poinsettia Wreath cut file. Tell me though, what is your favourite thing about Christmas this time of year? Thank you as always for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in my next process video. Have a fantastic scrappy day.